Before I say goodbye to the YourtubeAdvocate channel, and can't believe I'm saying goodbye now. I've been a strong supporter for the YourtubeAdvocate for so long, and given the opportunity to be the advocate was an absolute honor. I want to thank SamSaraJade for suggesting me for it. I have to admit, when I first found out I was going to be advocate for October, I was scared. I won't deny it, I was scared. But that's enough about me. Before I finish up on this channel, I took the time to take a look at some of the things I've done over my term, and I've noticed that a lot of people are still asking me for links to contact YouTube. I took a look into the YouTube Help Center, and they've made accessing their link much more difficult. Therefore, to help you guys out, over there in the description, that way, there is going to be a link telling you where to find the URL to contact YouTube. That doesn't mean you should contact YouTube for every single query. They've got the community help forums for some minor issues, like for some things if you're not exactly sure how to use, so give that a shout if you don't know what to do. And also ask some of your fellow YouTubers around, or maybe even shout us up here at the Advocate and we can probably figure something out. But that's enough about the last of the things I need to talk about, because this video is the 100th video on the YourtubeAdvocate channel. And as such, I've prepared a little tribute to advocates past, present and future for all their support and help with the YourtubeAdvocate. Hi YouTube, this is Nicole here, your YourtubeAdvocate for the month of October.
This is SamSaraJade and I'm YourtubeAdvocate for September.
My name is Heidi.
What's up everybody, this is John Reagan and I am the YourtubeAdvocate for the month of July.
I'm MasterGunner99 and I'm the YourtubeAdvocate for the month of June.
My name is Leah. I'm the YourtubeAdvocate for the month of May. How you doing?
Hey everybody, Paul here, the YourtubeAdvocate for the months of February and March.
Hi, I'm lisasimpson, but you can just call me Beccah. And I get to be the next YourtubeAdvocate.
Hey YouTube, it's Alan, your advocate for the month of November.
I'm XGreyViews October, the YourtubeAdvocate for the month of October.
Hello, my name's Methadone for Life, for those of you wondering who I am.
ChangeDaChannel, and I'm YourtubeAdvocate for the month of August.
Serving for the month of July, my name is Jason.
Hello everyone, this is the new YourtubeAdvocate, theestranger.
Hello, this is just Alan with YourtubeAdvocate. First of all, thanks for subscribing and watching. Please continue to get the word out by any means that you feel appropriate.
A corporation is an entity, a legal person under the eyes of the law.
Advocate. A person who supports or speaks in favour of. A person who pleads for another. A professional pleader in a court of justice. Now obviously the YourtubeAdvocate channel is not run by lawyers.
For the entity known as YouTube, the YourtubeAdvocate is its conscience. When it speaks for the community, it speaks for this website's soul.
But that's where the power number comes in, because something like that means this much to such a large corporation. Hopefully with melon numbers is going to mean much more.
So many different people use YouTube for so many different reasons, but one of the biggest user group on YouTube in the community are artists and poets.
These days the term artist is just used so randomly. There are a lot of real artists on YouTube, real poets, real people who want to express themselves that do not have an outlet.
Make art a YouTube category. For some time YouTubers have been asking for this.
I stress an arts, poetry, and literature category for YouTube. It's long overdue. We've had small names and big names championing this cause, fighting for it, and it's not getting done. Over a year.
When YouTuber Cheeky Chen called for YouTube to add art as a category, he received over 350 responses in support of that.
And if I could propose anything in this position as YourtubeAdvocate would be YouTube, arts, poetry, and literature.
There's always been the issue where YouTube have stopped sending automated subscription updates. They've got the every so often monthly update, but that's not very useful for, say, casual users of this site who don't come onto YouTube every so often, which is really eating away at less views and less comments, in case you haven't noticed that lately.
That's something that needs to be fixed. But you don't want to do it for the community, of course, so let me tell you why you should do it. You're missing out on money, right? Because odds are these people are also subscribed to partners. And as we know, partners have little advertisements on the side of their videos. Now, when somebody views that, that helps you, right?
You put out an open call for people to apply to be partners. You're extremely vague in the requirements. And then when you do reject them, first of all, sometimes it takes up to 6 months. Certain users have heard back very quickly. Some users it has taken a very long time. But to say things like,
your account does not contain sufficient original new content that represents the uniqueness of our community.
Some people see this as very rude, cold, and insensitive. For starters, I don't see how any one individual could ever represent the complete uniqueness of the YouTube community. So I went over to the thing to see, well, how much exactly how much new content you're looking for. It doesn't say. It just says you need to upload original content. Okay, well, could you be more specific?
We talked about the email notification issue. Basically, a lot of people were not getting any email notifications for, say, comments, new subscribers, comment replies. Now, we found out that one specific internet service provider in the United States, Comcast, was blacklisting YouTube for some reason. If you have Comcast and it's not working for you, you're not getting any emails, you should call your local number and get them to unblacklist YouTube.
For those of you who don't know, the Community Council is made up of 5 YouTubers who YouTube chose to represent us as a community. If you have any issues or concerns, you would take them to the council would present them to YouTube, get an answer, and report back to us. Their mission statement sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it?
The last we ever heard from them was a video in January, and that was all more of a fact of YouTube telling them what to say and when to say it.
They will remain counselors for the next 6 months, at which time 5 new people will take over.
Then around June earlier this year, word got out that the Community Council was meeting again in San Francisco to discuss issues that were not released to the public.
YouTube, please review and rethink your policies and procedures regarding suspension and flagging. Please do this before it starts to seem like you're purposefully trying to annihilate the community.
I talked about a problem where users outside of the United States were getting a message that says you cannot view this video in your country. Turns out that this has to do with our good friend copyright. It happens with certain videos that are uploaded by the copyright holder, or it also happens with certain songs in audio swap. Now, the bad news is that apparently from a legal standpoint there's nothing that can be done about this, but the good news is that from a practical standpoint there is something that you can do. You can do this by using what's called a proxy. You can just Google YouTube proxy and you should be able to find all the information that you need.
When looking at stalking and harassment on YouTube, there are a few main things that we have to examine first. We need to look at how you yourself have put yourself on the internet. When you put yourself on the internet, you take a risk. Especially that you're putting your face, your likeness, sometimes your hometown, your last name, where you work. There's an enormous amount of personal responsibility when you put anything at all about yourself online. YouTube's put out a lot of options, basically to empower us to combat this sort of thing on our own as best we can. Sometimes we can't handle the problem by ourselves, and that's okay. It happens to the best of us. So if you're finding yourself still in a situation where you're feeling stalked, threatened, harassed, ask for help. There are 2 places that you need to go to ask for help. The first one is your local law enforcement agency, and they might not be able to do anything right away, but this does protect you. It starts a paper trail, and it gets you a police report number. That police report number is your ticket to getting YouTube to pay attention to you.
This is my tube.
This is our tube.
You're YourtubeAdvocate.